Hi, my name is Semi from Khonopc Control Services. In this video, I will be demonstrating the resource loading of construction activities through SAT. So if you would like to know more about it, please stay with me until to the end of this video and let me know if you have any questions. I've developed this small schedule. No man hours or resources has been assigned to these activities. In the resource sheet, I have only Primavera predefined resources. So the first step in this process is completing the norm table. In the norm table, we have the commodities per disciplines. These are the commodities or quantities that has to be installed, erected, welded, constructed, or tested through construction processes. The labor resources that are required to perform and work on these activities and on the second row. And at the end of these resources or labor resources, we have added the machinery. We have the norm man hours related to each of the resources. We need to customize and verify these norms as per the project requirements. Once we have reviewed and customized all of these man hours with the resources, we can easily export them all to P6. The resources has been exported to P6, so if I go to P6 and then refresh it, I will have new resource pool. The name of the resource pool is called Khonopc app-1, and we have all the material resources. Unit of measure has been exported. The labor resources, all of them are here, as well as the non-labor resources. The next step is creating one new activity in the schedule and then assign all of these resources to that. I must refresh the data to make sure all of them has been saved in the Primavera database, then come to SAT and load the data for resource loading. The next step is I have to copy paste the schedule from P6 into the SAT. I have done that already, and as you see here, all the activities with their activity IDs, original duration, start, finish, and budget units has been copied. Also, I have two columns, quantities and commodities material. In order to assign resources for the first activity, as an example, construction of the pump foundation, excavation that we have to do, I select the excavation from the drop-down list and the quantity related to that. After the excavation, I'll go for reinforcement. I select it from the drop-down list and enter the quantity. Formwork is the next, and then quantity related to the formwork, and the concrete for the large foundation and the quantity related to that. The last one is backfilling. Backfilling is done by loader, and then this is the quantity of the backfilling. So I do the same for all the activities. Insert the row under the activity, enter the quantity, and select the commodity name from the drop-down list. Once it has been completed, I can simply click on Export Resources to P6 button, and then as you see here, resource loading process has been completed. So if I refresh in P6, let's see what happens. Budget labor units has been calculated with all the resources, material, labor, and the machineries. Same for the next activity and all other activities. If we realize that we have some quantities are missing for some activities, we can do that, or we can reassign them very easily into the activity. So for an example, for this activity we are missing the backfilling quantity, so I can insert that one very easily. Insert the row, then let's say the quantity for the backfilling is 250 cubic meter, and then I have to go and select the commodity backfilling by grader. If I look at another activity like this, the switchgear installation, we didn't add the grouting in here. So if we have 50 cubic meters of the grouting, select the grouting. So if I click again on the export resources to P6, let's see what happened. Refresh in P6. Electrical installation of the switchgear. So these are the grouted quantities. and all the related resources. Another feature that we have is deleting the resources from the P6. So if we realize that some of the quantities for examples are not correct, we have to redo the process and the resource loading again. In this scenario, we have to remove the resources from the P6. Yes, we are sure we want to remove them. So as soon as I come to P6 and refresh, all of these resources are gone. Now I can come back and update the quantities. So I can continue with updating all of the commodities for the activities as required. And after that, I can simply click on export resource to the P6 one more time. And let's see what happens. Refresh in P6. So resources has been reassigned based on the new quantities. If we realize that we have to do update for some or few activities, we can do it even easily. So let's say this is the activity that we have to reassign resources. So I can just simply delete this activity ID and then update the quantity. In this scenario, I have to go and delete the resources from the P6 and then refresh here. Now I have updated the quantities, and if I click, so only this activity has been reassigned with the resources, the rest stays as they are. Another feature that we have is updating the productive hours and the working hours. We can easily update it. Let's say we have calculated and assigned resources based on 11 hours working and 8 hours productive hours. So if we realize that our working hours was not right and then enter the correct one, remove all of the resources and reassign them back. And if I refresh, everything will be removed. Now in SAT, if I click on export the resources to P6, everything will be reassigned and recalculated based on the new working hours and the productive hours. All the labor resources. So everything has been imported to P6. So as you see here, the process is very simple and easy, and SAT communicates with P6 database. So this is the resource loading through SAT. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. So thank you very much, and bye.